far can a maxed out quarterback in Madden 18 throw? So I did a challenge a little while ago. You guys remember, I'm putting the thumbnail on the screen right now. And I did it on practice mode. And I was thinking for a while about this. I was like, why did I do this on practice mode? There's no wind on practice mode. So I was like, yo, I got to recreate this whole challenge and see how far he can throw in a snowstorm, in the wind, and in a bunch of different conditions, just to see how far the guy can actually throw depending on these things. So let's go. I'm going to show you guys on the screen. Bam. There we go. This is my new thing. Bam. And now we're here. So I have to increase his strength to all the way 9. I feel like I did a really, really good job with like his look and stuff. Like he looks like someone who can throw a ball like 600 yards. Like he just looks ridiculous. His accuracy, I'm going to make that as high as possible, I guess. I don't know. I want to give us the best possible shot of it happening. Deep throw accuracy, beautiful. And throw on the run, injury play action. Okay, that's pretty much everything I really need to worry about. Throw on the run, I feel like might be a good thing too, just in case he needs to like get out of the pocket. This is who we have so far. His name is Throw Far, or How Far. He just his name is literally what the challenge is. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below. We are on pace for the most sub day ever. It's crazy. You guys have just been insane lately, so check this out on the screen. You guys have been amazing, so thank you guys all so much. Let's go jump into the challenge. We're starting off with In the Snow. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. Hit subscribe, turn that little bell on the side. That'll make sure you're notified of all of my new videos. And I'm going to be shouting out and showing on the screen 3 new subscribers every single video. Okay, so first attempt here with How Far. And I want to make sure that I get quite a few of these because I just want to see exactly what I'm saying. How far can he throw the ball? Great blocking by our D-line. Bomb it downfield. Oh my gosh, that's further than any of I've ever seen before. I genuinely don't know if I've ever seen a throw that far. We're every single time that we do a play, we're gonna go get an immediate replay after the fact because I'm curious to see how far that one would have been. Continue to play on more options. I want to go back to here and I want to pause it. I want to see an instant replay of what we just saw, just so we can get an exact counter of how exactly far this first throw was with the winds. We've at a 20 here, so we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, about 65 yards in the snow. Surprisingly short, to be honest. I'm gonna run backwards here. Well, actually, we got the point. So I gotta go on a completely new drive. Okay, so here we go. Attempt number 2 in the snow. The first one was about 65 yards. I intend to do 3 in this, 3 in the wind, and then 3 in like an open stadium. I want as many blocks as possible because I need to be able to get out of the pocket and get myself some room to make this throw untouched. And wow, okay, that's a throw. That was a throw out there. That was probably close to about 70 yards, I would say. I want to say that was about 70 yards, depending, maybe a little further than we got in the regular challenge. Like I said, we have the wind right now. Okay, so he's right here. He is on the 0 yard line. He's even a little bit behind. So let's say, so he goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That was a 70 yard throw right there with the wind. That probably is about as far as he can throw it. But if I wait a little bit longer, like I'm going to on this next play, potentially I could get it a little bit further. Maybe I just need to wait a second longer, get a little bit more of a block. But with pressure coming, it does make it a little bit difficult. So let's see. Let's read. Delaney Walker does a great job of holding the block right there. Step forward and go. Boom. That is a bomb. That is a bomb. And that is another one about the same distance, about that kind of like 65 yards in the snow. That's kind of disappointing. Let's do one more attempt here. I'm a little heated right now. I thought with the wind, like what even is the wind right now? Are they even they're not even showing us the wind at the moment, but I chose with wind. So obviously maybe in like the with wind time that when we do that, then it'll be a little bit different. But here I'm gonna run all the way back to the 0 yard line and let's just see how far I can throw it. I'm just gonna click it. That's probably his max. Yeah, and that's the exact same distance. That's about 65 yards. So in a snowstorm, a guy can throw it approximately 65 yards with maxed out power. Let's go to the wind and see how we do in the wind, because the wind will probably give us or yield us a little bit better results. Okay, so now we are in the windy city. We have 14 mile per hour winds going with us, so this should yield a little bit better results, I would assume, just because we obviously have the wind in our favor. That one is absolutely bomb downfield. Does it just cap at 70 yards though, no matter what the wind is? Like, I'm starting to genuinely believe it just caps at 70 yards, which is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to go run all the way back to the 1 yard line. We're going to try this again. But that's frustrating. If it's saying 70 yards, well, maybe I'll run back till it's about 70 yards away, and we'll see if we can get to the end zone. But like with wind, we should be able to do a little bit more than that. So that's 50, 60. The 30 would be about 70 yards. Yeah, so I'm going to throw it from there, see if I can get to the end zone. But like, I'm genuinely upset with the game if they don't do anything. So if I look, and I'm going to show you guys just to like check out the winds that we have. We have 14-mile-per-hour winds blowing in our favor. So with those 14-mile-per-hour winds, that should allow our quarterback to throw the ball a lot further. Judging by what I've found so far, I imagine, and I'm going to be disappointed in this video, but I feel like it's something you guys might have wanted to see. I will be disappointed if all he can throw is 70 yards. Because with wind and with as much power as he does have, I feel like it should be a lot further. And that is more than 70 yards. That is close to probably 80 yards. He just struck that one. We're going to check in on that because I'm not sure where I was tackled. But he was he threw that well further than the end zone. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but he threw that further than the end zone even was. So before we jump into this play, let's go check this one out and see kind of how it went. It's saying no replay. Did I lose my replay? No way. Okay, available shortly after play ends. Okay, it's cool. We lost our replay. We saw that one. We're going to do this more than once. It's cool. It is what it is. Let's go. Okay, and then we're going to do stadium after this, just see what's inside the indoor stadium, if it can be more. So here, if I can get to the end zone from the 20-yard line, that would be an 80-yard throw with the wind, and he is so close, but no, he can't do it. Obviously, I'm on arcade mode. You guys don't have to be a genius to know that. That one, I imagine, was about like 72 maybe. Like, I think we're getting close to like the 70s, but oh, it's frustrating. It really, really is. I don't know why they cap how, because like I know a lot of people who can throw close to 70 yards. Okay, we're about 5 yards back, so we're throwing from about the 60, we'll say the 16 or 17 yard line. So we throw from the 17 yard line, and we're just going to count by 5, and then we're going to add 3 at the end. So we have 5, 10, oh my gosh, I messed that up. Okay, back up. Let's get a bird's eye view of this ball, of exactly how far he was able to throw. So we threw it from here. Now, we got to just follow the ball as it goes. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. That one was about 70. I would say it landed right in the middle there of the whole situation. So I'd say that was about 72 yards ago. So that's probably the furthest throw I've ever had in any one of these games. So that's actually quite cool that happened. Let's go back and get into another situation. Now we are in an indoor stadium. I have a blitz coming for me, which I don't really like whatsoever, but an indoor stadium, let's see how far we can throw there. That was pretty decent. That was actually kind of remarkable. I feel like that was further than the wind or anywhere. Like, I really genuinely think that may have been the furthest one we've had so far. I don't know where I threw this from, but I don't think I was that far. I was at about the 20-yard line. So I threw it from the 20. So I gotta do my trusty, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. That was about 68 yards. Okay, no, it wasn't any further. It was not any further, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this again in an indoor stadium just to see if it's any further. It's been driving me crazy. Let me just say, real talk, it's been driving me absolutely up the wall how it has not been further than what I thought it was going to be at the beginning of this challenge. It's really, really quite frustrating. On the run. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop. That was it. I can almost promise you that was the furthest throw that in Madden that you'll ever see. I can almost promise you that because we hit him on the dead run, that was one of the furthest throws of all time. Okay, we threw it from the 23-yard line. So now we're going to count from there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. He caught it right there. So he caught it at 70 from here. And we threw it from where? We threw it from about... So that was about 74 yards in the air right there. Oh my god, that was probably one of the craziest throws I've ever seen. That was like by far, I would say, the furthest throw we've ever had in this game. It was using a little bit of a different tactic than usual, so I want to implement that tactic and try again here. One which kind of surprised me, and it was the furthest, that was on the run. So that was like me under a lot of pressure, sitting on the run when I made that throw. This one is going to be less impressive, and that's gonna be probably like close to the exact same. That one's like 71, 72 yards. Okay, so let's go back on the offense side. I might not even get another possession here, but I think we have determined that pretty much all weather conditions are close to the same. There's not one that just like steps out and wows me being a lot different. Here we're on the 4-yard line. This does nothing for me. This really absolutely does nothing for me. I don't even know what I'm gonna do here. Just gotta talk your guys' ear off for a second as I run back. I might even try and run backwards and then see if I can throw it back from like 80 yards away. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm planning on doing in this situation. But I think what I found, so 50, 60, 70, this would be about 80 yards, the 20-yard line, all the way to the end zone. And see how he's short? He's consistently about 70 yards. These quarterbacks can throw it. So one last attempt. Let's go to the next drive and see. We got one more throw in Cowboy State. So here I'm going to try a little bit of a different type throw. I'm going to look to Davis, him running that kind of route. I want to see if I can hit him moving up the field, and that gets us to about the 5-yard line. I don't know where I threw that. That's the last throw of the game. The furthest one we got was about 72 yards, I believe, in all the different conditions. So in case you guys are wondering, you all now have, you guys have an answer now. That was about the 30. Yeah, that was like the 33 to the 10. That was nothing. 72 yards. They throw the same in pretty much every single weather condition. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below, and I will see you guys next time.